What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm joined by Nick, and we are here today to talk about 5 useful skills to get in Middle-earth Shadow of War. So this is the second video of our Middle-earth Shadow of War series, where we're going to bring you just a bunch of videos on the game. If you're here for the giveaway, you need to leave a comment on one of these special videos or the review, as well as going to the giveaway video in order to win the game. So we're going to talk about, if you're not here for that, we're just still going to talk about 5 useful skills that aren't seemingly that difficult to get, right, Nick? They're not like super late in the game.
Ones that you should be able to get pretty early on. So first of all, I want to say disclaimer before I start telling you how to play the game. If you play the game how you want, if you like using, stealth more or like using range more or whatever, that's fine. But for people who are intimidating or having a rough time, these are what I think will make the game significantly easier if you get these abilities first. So my first one for you guys is the perfect counter, and more specifically the fatal counter upgrade for it. It's the second ability you can get in the combat tree, and the upgrade makes it so that when you do a well-timed counter, you instantly kill enemy grunts. At first I thought, well, perfect, like it seems like it's really hard to do, but actually I end up doing it most of the time anyways. Usually by the time I see it, it's glowing blue or whatever, and when you're getting overwhelmed by enemies, which will start to happen early on, it's really easy to just start cutting them down really fast, because every time you counter perfectly, one just dies, it's gone from the fight. My next skill for you guys is Elven Light. It's the second skill in the Wraith tree. The skill on its own makes it so that when your might is full, you can use X and square to release a big blast of energy, and it stuns nearby enemies. This is really useful early on for, again, when you're being overwhelmed by tons of enemies. It's good and nice to give you some breathing room for a second. The upgrades to this add elemental damage to it. None of them are necessary, but you might find that one makes it even better. My next skill for you guys is the Consume skill. It's the fourth skill in the Wraith tree. This is going to be the deepest ability in a tree for the whole video. So you'd have to spend 4 skills to get there, but the one on the way is the Elven Light. This ability makes it so that when you press X and circle, you drain an enemy really quickly in combat. That uses might also. So that's really good because Consume is an easy way to get back health. And Consume itself, even with the speed upgrade for it that you can get, it's still pretty slow. So, if you're almost dead in combat and you need to consume someone, you can actually find it pretty difficult to be able to do when you have enemies running up to you trying to hit you. I usually can't get through a full consume by the time I have a parry counter popping up from an enemy that's behind me about to hit me. So this makes it really easy to get some health back on the fly, and later in the game when you unlock the branding, then you can also have that orc fight for you as well. Another skill also in the Wraith tree that you guys can get is Ice Storm. This is a really useful skill. You freeze enemies by pressing circle, so the stun, and then you can follow them up with like it says a flurry of sword strikes. So really you hit them a bunch of times really fast. And this is not only useful for increasing your counter for challenges that require that, or just getting rid of a captain. I find it like especially useful for when captains are immune to they can be immune to executions and range and like a ton of stuff. This actually usually still works, and then you can stun them and actually get a bunch of hits on them. It's definitely helped me kill tons of captains and get hit counters up and get might and stuff like that. And last but not least is our only skill in the mounted tree, Call Mount. This is exactly what it sounds like. I think it's limited till you get the brand skill, the domination. So you would have to get to that story quest. But the good thing about this is you don't actually need to dominate any Caragor. All you have to do is press left on the D-pad, and one that is already dominated will just show up. This is really useful whether you need just the Caragor to fight for you, whether you want to ride it to get somewhere faster. or you use it to kill some enemies. It's, it just comes out of nowhere, so it's a really good reinforcement, and it has upgrades to get a Dire Caragor, which is just a better version, a Grog, which is actually really useful, and later in the game through a story mission you'll be able to summon a dragon too.
So that has been 5 useful skills that we think you guys could use in Middle-earth Shadow of War. So let us know in the comments below what you think about our list. Do you agree? Is there any skill that you use particularly that you like over the ones that we said? Let us know. Again, make sure if you're here for the giveaway, you comment on this video, something pertaining to this video, and also comment on the giveaway video for a chance to win the game. It ends next Wednesday. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now, like and share the video, and we will see you for our next Shadow of War special coming out tomorrow.